Winner will be in the quarterfinals. Probably going to be Hawk playing Lucy in another quarterfinal. Obviously, Razormoon and Sonic playing in one. Aspect or Fear will be playing Dice in another quarterfinal. And the winner of this match will probably be playing Sheik. Which, TBH, might be the quarterfinal we watch. Although Hawk vs. Lucy could be a good one. But, I mean, Lucy's been, just say disappointing at times when we've watched him, but maybe he's grinding again. Crypt Lord for Ito, the classic. And the Archmage. If he goes Lab Creep, I'm calling this game over in 6 minutes. Lucy never won anything, to be honest. I mean, you don't know Lucy from 10 years ago. Not 10 years ago. Wait, it's 2024. Oh my god. You don't know Lucy from 20 years ago. But, seriously. One of the best RTS gamers of all time. I can't believe it's 2024. I was like 10 years ago, absurdly, right? Nope, that was 2014. And Footman has all the info. I like that poll, actually. As long as you don't lose the ghoul. What did I say, 6 minutes?
Players' forces are under attack.
Lab Creep against Cryptlord Expo on Concealed Hill is just good for the human. Low ghouls. This is gonna have to be attack. And it, of course, is from Inspired. Ito has the resources to attack. Hawk is playing Lucy.
A
By the
player's
way.
forces are under attack.
It's going to be level 3 Archmage. Wouldn't he get level 3 just from like this camp and a skeleton? I suppose he really wants to confirm it. Level 2, that's Impale. And he's tacking. This is a fake expansion, but I mean, this Archmage is going to get a lot of ghoul kills, I imagine, with these boots now. Anybody post a nice replay of Lucia's best? I can try to find one on YouTube, perhaps. We wouldn't be able to... I mean, you can watch the old replays, but it's kind of difficult to do so. But look up Lucifer vs. Todd Lost Temple on YouTube, okay? Just look for the game where he goes Dreadlord on Lost Temple. Or even better, like when Lucifer first came back after the military in like 2010, 2011, if you watch those games when he was just playing for fun, he was just getting warmed up again, he wasn't really competing, he was just playing for fun, those games are insane. He was playing so good when he first came back. If you look up Chumpesque on YouTube, Chumpesque, Lucifer, and just watch any of the Lucifer games from like 2010, 2011 that he casted, he's playing insane. If you watch Lucifer versus Hawk on Twisted Meadows, or what Lucifer was doing with Dreadlord Dark Ranger versus Orc, I think versus like ZDR back in those days, was the best Orc at the time. He was playing so good.
A player's forces are under
And that
attack.
wasn't even in like, you know, the heyday in his prime, 2006, Lucifer or whatever. Yeah, if you look up those, like, Lucifer vs. Todd on Lost Temple, that's a really classic game of Lucifer in his prime. But then just go to Chumpesque's YouTube channel and just look up any of those old Lucifer games that he casted. I remember notably Lucifer vs. Hawk on Twisted Meadows. Oh my god. Almost the graveyard canceled. That would have been ridiculous. That, of course, means no Slaughterhouse. And the altar was unsummoned, which means no tier 3. If this graveyard dies, that means no tech at all for Ito. Falling off the chair. Yeah, there's a lot of classic Lucifer memes. Lucifer dancing. You guys know that one? I should make a Lucifer playlist on YouTube. Okay? Let's link it to you guys. Tier 3 for Ito. Or for Inspired, rather. Not yet for Ito, because he doesn't have his altar yet. And Daytime Hits, does that Footman see? I don't think he actually does. Is there a top one Undead at the point? I think it was between him and Fauve, right? Would have been. And like Caesarea, probably. I think those were all the top Undeads at the time. Those were the 3, right? Am I getting my facts right? Where's Neo when you need him? Do not listen to this. Sweet, yeah, Sweet was a great player at the time as well. Yeah, Sweet was like 2006 era. There's a lot of good Undeads. The Korean Undeads. Can't remember exactly where Caesarea was from. Was he European? That's not a player that obviously I'm not from my era of this game. So not someone I know very well. Can't even remember a single Caesarea game. I just know that he was really good. Yeah, those were the 4 that come. And Mad Frog, maybe a little bit earlier. That's like, you know, super early TFT days, like 2004. Obviously, from Sweden. Oh, Mountain King, over aggressive. But at the cost of how many ghouls, I ask you? 3, it seems like. Oh, there's defensive coils now available. No TP. Go Stop, great player, but we're stretching it now, you know?
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, that era was really, really strong. It's always hard to determine who the best player from that era was. Like, no doubt, Sky was the best human from that era. It's hard to say who the best orc from that era was. No doubt Moon was the best Night Elf from that era. But for Undead and for Orc, I don't think it's 100%. There's easy answers for Orc. I don't know if there's a correct one, necessarily. From that, like, you know, 2006, let's say, era. You just say Grubby? Can you just safely say Grubby in 2006? I don't know if you can. Can you? Maybe you can. But for Undead, it might not be a clear answer. There's so many good Undeads. And Ito's found a way back into this game. Not entirely, but it's not just lost like I thought it was going to be when we crept that lab. Is there web? There is web. Dragonhawks. Not that great, but the bolt on the only fiend. That's tough. Statue's being chased down. Lich only now coming out.
A player's forces are under attack.
Tough fight for Ito. So close to being able to trade decent there, but that Fiend dying when it was out of position. You only need one Fiend and you web. You kill, and then you web again. Just have to keep that singular Fiend alive. Fireplace good? No doubt. No doubt at all. Keeping the pressure on. He sees. He saw over the trees. He knows what's going on. Yeah, mixtape. You're probably Grubby. I mean, it's probably Sky, Grubby, Moon from that era, which is funny to say because those are like the most like iconic names. It's like the first names you would jump to if you're like, what are the best players of each race of all time? You jump to those three. But I think in 2006, those were the three best players of those races. Probably easy to say. Yeah, I'm just thinking like Zacard. And there's probably another name that we're not mentioning other than Zacard and Grubby from that era. But then once you get to, I would say 2009, that's when it gets a little bit more confusing. DK, Greater Heal, level 4 on the Crypt Lord. Destro is about to die. DK gets out nice and pale. There's no Stormbolt, so the DK will live. DK gets a coil again, but he eats the bolt. Can he run away? No, he will die. Dare I say a slobber knocker? Back to the interesting conversation. I would say like 2006, those are for sure the three best players for those races. Undead's a little confusing. And then they're definitely the three best until you get to like 2008. And then around 2008, 2009, it gets a little bit more confusing. Your Remind wins WCG. You know, Grubby gets a little less active, and maybe players like Fly and Lin become a little more active. Sky is like pretty much retired at that point, and we're getting players like Infi and TH. You know, so 2008, 2009, it gets a little more confusing. And then once we're in like 2010, that's like a completely new era, right? Nearly. I mean, Grubby's still playing 2010, but... But, you know, Ted is no doubt the best Undead of 2010. Sky's no longer playing. There's debate to be had whether or not Moon's the best, and he's near military time, I think, at that, or StarCraft time, one or the other. You know, 2010 gets confusing because people retire, go to the military, or play StarCraft, right? Like a little bit after that. Then you get to 2012, it's TH, Ted, Fly, because Lynn's in the military. And I don't know who the best elf is. Undead's been... See, Undead was confusing in 2006, 2007. But then post-2012, it's clear, right? We have Ted, then we have WFZ. And then we have 120, and then we have Happy. Right? Those four, undisputably. Deadman? Yeah, for sure. Hard to say if he was ever the best at a time, but definitely up there. Someone's got to timeline all this. I don't have the necessary historical information to perfectly timeline it. And now we have Ito, absolutely. Yeah, all this story to bring us to Ito, the greatest Undead player of all time. Who's amazingly really not doing that bad in this game after the early game. I mean, he's probably still at loss, but like, look at the supply. Look at the hero levels. It's not bad at all for Ito. He's managed to scrape this one back. But the DK dies again. I'm not saying he's gonna win, but the fact that he's in this position is impressive. Oh, Mountain King. Oh my god, gets a bolt off. Is he about to kill? Oh, the Crippler, but the Paladin has Divine Shield. No Holy Light because of the mana he had to use for the Divine Shield. Little smack. Little smack. Little smack, little snack. Crippler goes down, and that's level 3 on the Paladin now. And level 5 on the Archmage. Wow. Look at the supply. Lich is getting a lot of experience. Hellbish. Thank you for the 22 months. How you doing? Appreciate you. Thank you very much. This is a good game. But all 3 heroes are back. For Inspired, who continues to seem to be in the lead. This Lich is getting level 4, however. Death Knight is back, and he'll get level 3. We're about to have 5-3-4 versus 5-3-3. The real question I would never be able to answer is, like, the early days of Frozen Throne. I don't care about Reign of Chaos. Like, 2003, 2004, like, who were the best players there, you know? Was it just always Moon? When it comes to Night Elf? Was it always Sky when it comes to Human? Or Insomnia, is he a question in 2003, you know? Tillerman? How good was Tillerman? For real. I know he gets memed on. No, he gets memed on, but wasn't Tillerman like legitimately like a top 5 player at one point? Isn't he like actually the best player from the UK ever?
A player's forces are under attack.
Insomnia, yeah, for sure. In 2003-ish. Deadman, yeah, no doubt. Deadman. The 3 has top 100 replays. I've watched pretty much all of them, yeah. Oh, to Muslim, right, of course. I always forget about him. Mad Frog, no doubt. Zerder, I've never heard that name before. There was a lot of players. I was looking at old Liquipedia, just like tournaments. Like old 2004, 2005, just random tournaments, but with lots of top players that I know. And I was amazed. There would be like 4 players that I know, and then like 20 players that I've never heard of, but they're like, you know, taking best of 3s off like Grubby in 2004. I'm like, oh, there was a lot of people I don't know. The pig, yeah, for sure. But it's like similar with, you know, this era. Like we might see a player like Inspired, you know, take games off a top player. But if this was happening in 2004 and we were looking back on it 20 years, like who knows, you know. If you don't win a WCG, I might not know your name. You see replays, good old days, yeah. Yeah, the pig is a name I know, but I've never seen his games before. We still got a game. 54 versus 50 supply. Expansion coming up. There could not be a better timing for Ito if he wants to try to end this. The gold mines are about to run out in like, you know, 1 minute. I cannot believe Ito's gonna claw this one back. But Hero Nuke, very strong for Inspired, and he has the answer to Destroyers a little bit at least. He's got a decent amount of anti-air. One Destro. Not gonna be coiled. It's pure focus on units so far. No real hero focus, notably. Until now, the Mountain King Eats a lot, but this level 2 Holy Light, I just don't know if you're going to kill him. With Staff, with Holy Light, with the Potion of Invulnerability, Replenishment Potion going now too. 42 versus 46. The supply remains even.
Players' forces are under attack.
Both losing a lot. Oh, Paladin is dead. Oh my god, it was so... Did he not have the mana for Divine Shield? Oh, it was on cooldown. My bad. With that goes the healing ability. Staff is off cooldown, so the Mountain King won't die. The Archmage will, though, and Inspired. Doesn't get the W. Edu claws it back. We got a history lesson, and now we know for sure. Despite all those great Undead players, Edo was the best all along.